With its 25th season coming to an end, Little People, Big World appears to be its final one. The reality TV series, which debuted in 2016 and quickly gained fame, featured the adored Roloff family. In Little People, Big World, Matt and Amy Roloff provided viewers with an intimate glimpse at their life as dwarfs. Zach Roloff, their only kid with dwarfism, rose to prominence on the show quite fast. Over the course of over 20 years, Little People, Big World has chronicled their lives, highlighting both the happy and difficult times. After Matt and Amy were divorced, the Roloff family was shattered. Their family was having difficulty getting by, but when Matt advertised 16 acres of the Roloff family farm without notifying anybody, tensions increased even more. Zach's father stopped him from pursuing his desire to inherit the farms. Since Matt's ego has grown out of control, their show has faltered. It's conceivable that Little People, Big World will conclude after 25 seasons. As they separate in Little People, Big World, Matt and Amy still argue. There is no denying how stunning their breakup was. After parting ways a few years ago, Matt and Amy moved on and started other relationships, but their feelings for one another remain toxic. The couple who was divorced was made to keep in touch via Little People, Big World, regardless of their wishes. Their constant arguments are unhealthy for them. Viewers find it emotionally harmful to watch two ex-couples argue on TV every week. Little People, Big World has featured the Roloff family since 2006. It's time for them to take a vacation from filming because their lives have been quite public for over 20 years. The Roloff family has had a number of significant life events chronicled on the show. After getting divorced, Matt and Amy and Zach and Tori have been transparent about their life with dwarfism. The Roloff family deserves a vacation for the time being since filming a reality program for 20 years has taken a toll on them. In February, Zach and Tori made it known that they would not be going back to Little People, Big World. They gave several explanations for their departure, but in the end, it came down to putting their kids first. They mentioned that taping their life was beginning to cause issues for their family in their podcast, Raising Heights. The early lives of Jackson, Lila, and Josiah have been followed by the show. Since dwarfism has been identified in all three children, Little People, Big World has chronicled their medical experiences as well. Zach and Tori clarified that Jackson, their eldest kid, was uneasy about recording his doctor's visits on camera. Zach and Tori considered quitting when Jackson stated he disliked having to record his doctor appointments for the show. It made them consider the wider picture of their life and made them realize how crucial it was to pay attention to their child's emotions. The end of Little People, Big World is probably in sight for Zach. In recent years, the lives of Josiah, Lila, and Jackson have played a significant role in the program. Although it expanded the public's understanding on dwarfism, Zach and Tori owe the viewers nothing about the exclusivity of their children's lives. Over the past few years, Zach has dealt with health concerns. He shares Amy's achondroplasia, a kind of dwarfism. He had a shunt placed in his head to remove cerebrospinal fluid, and he has had health problems all of his life. A fluid obstruction in the shunt caused Zach to start experiencing excruciating headaches and vomiting in 2006. After being brought to the hospital, the procedure would take 3 hours to complete due to a near-death encounter involving his shunt. Zach underwent another operation in 2023. Zach and Tori said on Raising Heights that physicians had to perform exploratory surgery since they had no idea what was wrong with Zach. They discovered that Zach's shunt had failed during the procedure. His brain's fluid had to be manually drained, but the doctors were able to do it. After getting a replacement shunt, he has improved. Zach had grown up watching the program, so watching him reach so many significant life goals was fascinating. Zach needs to prioritize his health over filmmaking, because he had a health scare recently. Filming opportunities for the Roloff family would be limited if Zach and Tori were not cast in Little People, Big World. Seeing Zach's life with his wife and kids is a lot of fun. It has brought me great joy to watch him mature, wed, and have a family of his own. Zach isn't as keen on filming the reality TV program these days. They left the Oregon Roloff farms behind to establish a new life in Washington. Zach and Tori must be finding it challenging to raise their kids while shooting, and they're now stepping away from that way of life. There has been a long-standing tension in the father-son connection between Zach and Matt. Zach felt completely deceived by Matt's decision to discreetly list the property for sale. Since the oldest Roloff son had aspirations of inheriting the Roloff farms, even though he didn't speak with Zach beforehand, he knew that listing 16 acres of the Roloff farms would ruin him. Matt's offer to sell Zach a portion of the land for $4 million, knowing full well that his son couldn't pay it, further soured their relationship. Zach and Tori left Roloff Farms to move to Washington since Matt had lied to the family. For the sole purpose of preserving his relationship with his grandkids, Matt seldom communicates with Zach and Tori. Little People, Big World Season 25 changed the show since they couldn't reconcile completely. With his father's treachery, Zach found it difficult to carry on shooting. Following the conclusion of Season 25, Matt shared on Facebook the plans for Little People, Big World Season 26. Since he was not bound by a contract, Matt said he could discuss the show, because it has been difficult to shoot as more and more family members pass away. He said, "No one is really sure if Little People, Big World will return for a 26th season." In essence, Matt's Facebook post suggested that Little People, Big World would not be able to continue without Zach and Tori. Matt disclosed that Karen Chandler, his fiancée, is sick of shooting. They first got together while Karen worked at Roloff Farms for a long period. Matt disputes any adultery, but Amy claims they began their relationship while he was still married. The wedding of Matt and Karen may be recorded for Season 26 of Little People, Big World. But Matt hinted on Facebook that Karen wouldn't want to film their wedding when he mentioned that she was finished filming. Karen probably doesn't want that since without Zach and Tori, it would be the only exciting event to highlight in a possible new season. Little People, Big World's future is uncertain. Although the program hasn't been canceled, there are a lot of indications that it will stop after Season 25. Little People, Big World Season 25 could have been the last in the Roloff family's history because of the strained relationships among the group and the cast members' announcements of their departures.